What's up you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are all doing well and are ready for a workout. So I actually just finished a workout. I just filmed one of each set for an Instagram reel, but it came to my mind. I've been wanting to start a new series on my YouTube channel. It is no lie that I am a little bit lost with what to post sometimes. I feel like a lot of things that I post, it's a replicate of my last video or a couple of videos back. So I have been doing a lot of thinking and trying to figure out in what direction I want to take my channel and what type of videos I want to post that I can also be consistent to, because often I take on way too big of a project. So basically the filming takes a whole day and the editing takes a whole day and then all the other work is backed up. And that's why I have sometimes a hard time sticking to a specific schedule. But I thought about it. You guys just want to work out, and you probably came here for some workout motivation or some workout ideas for your own workout, what exercises to do, how to do them, how to perform them. Because as you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I do really like and I'm very interested in just breaking down movements and be able to do movements properly for your structure. Not all shoes fit the same foot, or whatever the saying is. Don't come for me, I am not American. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I have come up with a new series I want to try to stick to this month, this wonderful September month. Summer is about to be over, but your fitness goals shouldn't be. Now is the perfect time to get back into the gym and being consistent. But what I want to film is that you guys have seen before my very cute little at-home gym. I actually invested in some more at-home equipment. So now I don't really have to go to the gym as often. I can just work out at home. Yay, my social anxiety is happy. No, I still love going to the gym and I still will be going to the gym, but I have the option of working out a lot more often at home and also still making great results. So for your at-home equipment, it is important to invest in some heavy dumbbells or heavy weight. I have a little bit of different equipment. Maybe I should make an updated video on my at-home gym, which pretty much takes up half of my living room. But it's okay, we prioritize fitness over everything. For me, it's not just a lifestyle, it's an obsession. I'm sorry, I don't know how to balance it. That was also a joke. Kinda. No, but honestly, I have been a little bit more on the relaxed side of fitness. So I think starting this new series will also help me to become more consistent and back to a more regular routine. Unfortunately, I'm super unlucky with my health. I have been sick a lot. I've been recovering from like injury, which is not really fitness related, but it has still prevented me from being consistent, and I have to model my whole workout routine around it. But yeah, I know this intro is kind of long. I just kind of wanted to explain myself a little bit, what's going on, what have been going on. And I also just wanted to explain what is to expect of this month. I hope you guys can keep me accountable as well as I can keep you guys accountable with these new workouts. Lastly, I also just want to say I'm trying this new way of filming my workouts where I want to explain the movement beforehand and then I obviously show it. So there's going to be a lot more talking in these videos than just going to the gym, working out, doing a voiceover, boom, post. Because I have my at-home gym, I'm actually able to talk to you guys while I'm demonstrating the movement. It's not all gonna be perfect. This is something that I have learned over the time. I feel very privileged to be around people that are extremely knowledgeable in fitness, and obviously it had rubbed off on me. I feel like I've been a little sponge, just absorbing all of the information. And obviously I'm also certified, but it's been a couple years since then, and I feel like a lot of certifications now and then are super outdated. So I feel like when people say, oh, I'm a certified trainer, I'm like, okay, cool, it's like getting a driver license, but now you actually have to learn how to drive the car. But yeah, I'm very excited to share more knowledge with you guys more consistently, hopefully. But enough about that. I feel like I covered most things. Please let me know feedback down in the comment section. what you thought about this workout layout I'm about to show and whatnot. And yeah, with that said, let's grab our pre-workout. We definitely need it. I also would like to mention these workouts can be done both at home with the right equipment and also in the gym. This is not just only at home. Obviously, I don't have machines, I don't have a squat rack, but I do have an at-home barbell type thing. And I have a lot of weights and dumbbells as well that could translate into the gym. So when I'm showing certain movements, I will be saying, if you're at the gym, this is what you can do and blah, 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 blah. Let's get into this video. I'm gonna go get some pre-workout and let's get started. Okay, loving this kitchen POV. It's a little bit later in the day, so the lighting's probably kind of bad. And also don't judge my kitchen. I have to move a lot of things around when I'm filming. But what I'm going to be drinking today is... Oh! Did you want to be on the table? Look who came to visit us. Hello? You guys probably already know, but I will be mixing my Command energy drink with my pre-workout collaboration with Mike and Ike from MYPROTEIN together. This one is more slow releasing, while this one is very kick-ass, right in your face. So yeah, I'll be mixing these two and I'll be drinking this as I'm working out. And obviously I will be linking these down below. We love a good MYPROTEIN product combo. All right, let's go. So starting with a superset. I like to start my workouts with some pretty tough movements first. I always like to start with my compound movements first, something that's a little bit harder to perform because I make sure I have enough energy to perform them with good form throughout the whole movement and all the sets and reps. If you start with isolated exercises more than just the glute activation movements, you might tire yourself out, and by the time you go to the compound movements, you're definitely more prone to injury if you have a harder time performing them with good form. And also by starting with the tougher movements first, like the compound movements, you will also speed up your progress. So we are starting with elevated pulse goblet squats. So you need a dumbbell like this, 20 pounds or above, something with a thicker platform like this. This is like the minimum I would go. It would be even better if I had like a 30-pound dumbbell. I normally go to Crunch Fitness and they have some really good thick dumbbells to use for this, but this will do it as well. So you basically stand up on it like this. I know your stance will be pretty close, but that's okay. By allowing your heel to elevate this way, you're going to assist your whole structure, especially your torso, to stay upright and maintain that squat form rather than it being more hinge-like. You will retain an upright torso, especially when you're holding the dumbbell in the front, just like this. So you will really be feeling this in the quads and glutes at the same time, especially when we add in that pulse movement. So grab your dumbbell and we're going to do 8 reps 4 times with break obviously, but this is a superset. So do 8 reps of these and then we immediately move into the next exercise. That's why this is such a killer to start with. Okay, no break, immediately into the next. I will be explaining though, so I will have a little bit of a miniature break, but you're supposed to go immediately into the next one. Next exercise is walking lunges. I can't really be walking too much in here. If you're at the gym, I would do the walking lunges. Find somewhere where you have space enough to walk all the way down and back. But what we are going to do is that for those with good knees, you'll be stepping into the lunge. And then we're going to do a stationary lunge, just like this, 8 reps for each side. And when you're done 8 reps for the first leg, you step back, step forward, and do 8 reps on the opposite leg as well. If you're having some knee issues, I know some of you might have, and are trying to stay away from the front lunge, you can also do the reverse version where you step back into the lunge. like this, and it takes the pressure away from the knee and the front. And also the width of your lunge is determined by your structure and where you feel the most comfortable with. Some like a really close stance, which is me. Others prefer a really wide stance, which is not me, but some prefer this. However, if you want it more glute focused, you have to lean your torso forward just like this, and it becomes more like a hinge movement rather than a squat movement. So I pretty much always lean my torso forward just because I'm trying to target those glutes. So let's get started. And as I said, you're doing 4 sets of these. So 8 pulse goblet squats, then 8 reps for the first leg, switch leg, 8 reps for the second leg, and that is 1 set. You have to repeat that 4 times. I'm going to drink some pre-workout in the meantime. We have a guest visitor. Following movement is on its own. These alone will actually murder my glutes. I don't know if you can even say that. But just as a hip thrust, you want to put your upper back right underneath your shoulder blades. You want to place them on the bench. I personally like to put my heel in the ground, so when I'm full extension in my hip thrust, I'm creating a 90-degree angle with my angle to knee to hip. So in a hip thrust, it is very similar to a RDL. You want to not arch your back. You should not arch your back ever in your hip thrust. This is my personal opinion, but just as in a deadlift, you do not arch your lower back, because if you do, the load goes from your glutes to your lower back, and you should never be lifting weight using your lower back to this extent, especially because a lot of people like to hip thrust a lot of weight. So make sure you have a regular spine, not an arch, but you don't have to completely tuck in your pelvis the whole time either. Just kind of keep it where it would naturally be. A little tucking of your pelvis is also pretty good to target your glutes, but it's not something that you necessarily have to do. Also make sure your rib cage isn't flaring up. Usually when it does flare up, that means your lower back is arched. So try to tuck in your rib cage as well. And from here, I like to go down into full range of motion. Some people like to do them more pulse like this, but I like to go all the way down and all the way up. Lastly, when you are thrusting, you want to thrust by the power of your glutes. You want to push your hips up towards the ceiling and really squeeze your glutes at the top, and then slowly lowering yourself. However, this is a single leg hip thrust, but pretty much all the rules apply to this as well. So grab your dumbbell. If you're at the gym, feel free to lift a heavier dumbbell. I personally cannot lift more using just one leg. 20 pounds is more than enough for me for 8 reps for each leg. Our special guest ran away. And I like to place the dumbbell on my hip bone, so I don't thrust the dumbbell using pretty much my bladder. So place the dumbbell on the hip bone, on this hip bone that is the active leg. And from here, you go down into starting position and thrust up. Lastly, we are finishing off with a circuit. We are going to do RDLs to a single leg RDL to a standing side kick. It is going to be intense. Nobody said it was easy. I'm telling you, at-home workouts can be really tough. All you need is just the proper equipment. If you want to make results at home, you gotta lift heavy. Starting with the RDL. An RDL is a hinge movement, which means you are bringing back your hips. So compare it to a squat movement where you are going down like this and trying to maintain your hips more under you rather than behind you and back. Don't get me wrong, you are leaning back a little bit in a squat. I like to start my squat just like this and then down. But in a hinge movement, you do not really want to go down. You do want to have a slight bend in your knees as you are pushing back your hips. You can start bending your knees for a proper range of motion, but you never want to bring your torso lower than horizontal. So this movement you will be feeling in your glutes and hamstrings. And when you get to this point, to get back to starting position, you want to push forward using your glutes, empower your glutes forward, almost like thrusting the air like a hip thrust. And these you also want to do 8 reps off, and we're doing 3 sets for this circuit. Following movement in this circuit is the single leg RDLs. So this is optional, you don't have to do this, but I have experienced I get a better range of motion if I hold on to something like a wall, but do not lift with your hand that you're using as a balance beam. This is pretty much just like an RDL, just with one leg. You want to push your hips backwards like this, and then push forward like a thrust. So back, 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 just like this. You can keep your leg up like this. You can also stretch it like this. Some like to keep it lower as well like this. But I personally kind of like to keep it like this. And also by holding your leg like this, you also keep tension in the opposite leg. So grab your dumbbell and start doing 8 reps for each leg. Lastly, you go immediately into the standing side kicks. Sometimes I pick the heavier weight of 25 pounds for each side, but because this is the end exercises of a circuit and the last exercise of today's workout, my legs are already fried, so I will benefit from just 10 pounds. So stand with your shoulder facing pretty much the wall. It doesn't have to be an exact angle towards the wall. Have a slight bend in your hips and knees, just like this. And I like to lower the weight a little bit lower like this instead of keeping it up here. I don't feel like I'm pressing the weight as much. By keeping it a little bit lower, I feel like my leg is pushing the weight on its own instead of if I hold it up here, I don't feel like I am pushing as much the weight. And also for this one, it is 8 reps for each leg. I'm out of breath. What's new? But yeah, that's pretty much today's workout. I really hope you guys enjoyed this new type of layout. I know I have a lot of improvements to make. I just got this mic, but I feel like it can do better, so I think I should invest in a better mic. That will come with time. I also think that this video is a little bit longer than what I would prefer them to be for this series, but we did have a lot of catching up to do in the beginning, so I feel like it's kind of excuse for this one alone. It takes a little bit of a learning curve for me to figure out how long these videos are supposed to be when I'm starting to edit them and see how much talking I should do versus working out. But with that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to say the outfit in today's video is, the leggings are from MYPROTEIN. I really like these. I don't know if you guys can see, but I really like these, so we'll be linking these in the description. Lastly, if you guys need more help with your workouts and what to do on a day-to-day basis, if you want to track your workouts, the weight, the sets that you're doing every single time you're working out, if you want more in detail videos about, okay, this is always weird to edit, but my camera just died. But as I was saying, if you want more detailed breakdown of each one of the exercises and also direct contact with me if you're interested in that. I do have an app that offers different memberships for different needs of each one of you. So basically, I'll be linking that down below as well if you're interested in joining my app. And with that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and I hopefully see you guys in my next video. Bye!